Joining us now, Republican Senator from Louisiana, Bill Cassidy. Senator, thank you so much for joining us. What can you share with us from all the briefings, and I know you're well briefed, about what can you share with us about your briefings and any specific information about whether the suspect acted alone?
Well, you've done some excellent reporting. And so I think it's widely known that initially they thought he may have had people working with him, and now they're not quite so sure. I see that the FBI has put out something on X that they're investigating a place in Houston related to the crime that just occurred in New Orleans. And so I think we'll learn more about this. Right now, we're hearing different things. Whatever I tell you, I'm not sure that'll hold up till tomorrow.
Senator, what's your message to folks in New Orleans tonight who are obviously and understandably concerned about their safety?
So terror wins when it makes us fear and makes us not do what our life normally is. That's when the terrorists win. That's the whole point of terror. They don't go out and shoot somebody in a small little town. No, they go to where they know there'll be a lot of attention, and that's where they do their terrible deeds. For us to win, we have to continue to live in liberty. Yes, there's going to be more security than there already was, and there's, I think I was told, 300 police officers in the French Quarter last night. But still, we have to live with freedom. I've decided to go to the football game. I wasn't going to go because of this. I'm going. Called a friend. We're going together. We need to live in freedom.
We certainly do. The FBI says the suspect was a U.S. citizen, an Army veteran, but before that information was actually made public, Senator, President-elect Trump posted about the attack and suggested an illegal immigrant was to blame for the massacre. Are you worried that might fuel misinformation?
You know, there's so much floating out there right now, and the way to deal with misinformation is to put out correct information. I think that all the media outlets, Fox has broken some stuff, CNN has broken some stuff. You've all been pushing stuff out there. The way to fight misinformation, put out the correct information. There's initial reports that there have been a crossing at Eagles Pass. Maybe not so much now. So let's just keep on getting to the truth. I think people will be served. And by the way, as we get to the truth, we're less likely to fear. We're more likely to, again, live our lives like we should. We don't want the terrorists to win.
Senator, are you confident in the ability of the FBI and the director of the FBI, Chris Wray, to handle this investigation?
I think the entirety of the resources of the federal government are going to be dedicated here. And the federal government's got lots of resources. Now, you can't say you're totally confident until the case is completely solved. On the other hand, the federal government has lots of resources, and they are combining that with state and local. There's, for example, on the I-10, there are license plate readers the whole way between Houston and New Orleans. I am sure that they have been able to track that vehicle from the point it got on the I-10 in Houston to the point it got off in New Orleans. I could go on, but they are tracking this, and I suspect it'll develop pretty quickly.
Senator, I'm anxious to get your reaction to what our John Miller just reported right here in the Situation Room about recordings the attacker made in which he expressed a desire to join ISIS and kill his family at one point. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, so, if this is, I've not seen it myself, but taking John at his word, it appears that he is a convert to ISIS. As your reporting has suggested, ISIS has encouraged people to use vehicles as weapons. You can imagine that he's mentally unbalanced. That's not an excuse. It's just trying to understand the situation. And he's under, that kind of sway of an evil doctrine, and acted upon it. Just like we try and fight misinformation with good information, we should fight bad doctrine with good doctrine. And good doctrine is that the United States is an incredible country that's a place of opportunity for many around the world, and we should live in freedom and not live in fear.
Senator, do you think mistakes were made by law enforcement in New Orleans ahead of this attack?
Well, we don't know that. This happens. Of course, you think that there's mistakes made. They did have a police car blocking the entrance, and the guy went around on the sidewalk. Well, should there have been bollards on the sidewalks? From now on, there's going to be. I see those in DC. I'm not sure I see them in other cities where they have this kind of obstruction so someone can't drive on a sidewalk. That's about to become standard, not just in New Orleans, but across the country. Unfortunately, sometimes you learn by bad things.
Got to learn from what's going on. Senator Cassidy, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll be right back.